مساء الخير لكل مذيعات ومشاهدين سيدتي. اليوم في فقرة الفاشن حعرفكم على الفرق بين الشنط الماركات والشنط التقليد، ومين مننا ما يحب الشنط. تعالوا شوفوا معايا. Hi Elizabeth, I'm very happy you're with us today because I've always wondered about fake bags. I want to know, how can you spot the difference, or how frequently do you see fake bags in the market nowadays?
Well, the number of fake bags on the market is unfortunately increasing a lot. As well as the quality of the fakes on today's market. It is very common that we have a lot of investigation to make on an item. Sometimes your authentication process can take you 2 minutes to authenticate on a handbag, and sometimes for very sophisticated pieces can take you up to 2 days, and you need to make a lot of research in order to be able to come to a very accurate conclusion. Now, what do we look at when we authenticate handbags, for example, is all of the details matching together. The first thing we would have a look at is the outside of the bag and how it looks like. The second thing is I would take the item myself and smell it and have the feel of the bag, because plastic always smells different than leather. Now, once you have touched your item and now you know that some of the fake items also use real leather, this is not going to be enough for your investigation. What you also need to look at, let's say if we still are on the outside, is the material of the chain, for example. On some of the handbags, you will see that the chain look very similar to the real items. However, if you weight it, the quality of the material used is much less, and therefore the chain of the handbags will be much lighter than on a real bag. Something else, you look at the logo. On every single designer pieces, most of the time you have a logo on it or a logo on the pattern. This logo is also very hard to replicate. Why? Because it doesn't only appear once on your item, it will be on several locations. It will be on the outside, it will be on the inside, it will be on the tag, on the zipper. It will be in many different locations on your items, and you can be sure that, and fortunately for us, if you are very paying attention to detail, there will be one spot where the letters will not be correctly aligned. There will be one spot where the letter will not look the same, or the general font will be slightly going up or slightly going out. The spacing between the letter will not be correct. And that's how you check the font and also the logo. When you go inside the bag, there is usually all of the big brands now, they use manufacturer codes and they use details to really make sure that you are able to know when the bag has been produced, sometimes even where the bag has been produced. This is the case for Louis Vuitton handbags. In Louis Vuitton serial codes that you can find inside every of their handbags and wallets as well, you have a codes with 2 letters and 4 digits. These 2 letters will indicate you the origin of the manufacturer. It can be Spain, it can be America, it can be France. Louis Vuitton produce all around the world. The 4 digits will give you an indication of the week of fabrication and the year of fabrication. This helps us in our research as well. Inside the bag, again, the lining of the item. If the lining is really easily coming out, obviously you can feel that the quality will not be the same as on a Chanel handbag, where usually the lining would be completely aligned, perfectly stitched to the corners of the bag, and you won't be able to take it out. The hardware as well. The quality of the hardware is very important, because over time this is what's going to fade with the chemical reaction of outside of your hands, of everything. This is something that will also fade with time.
And nowadays we shop a lot online. What can you give the viewers advice on to how to avoid fake handbags?
Well, most of the advices I would give would be part of the list that I mentioned before. First, check the legitimacy of the platform or the website you want to buy from. You mentioned if you have to buy a bag online. Google reviews, go to social medias, go to every single social platform where you can check where you had customers' feedback. It's very important to get client feedback to help you trust as well, because This is not what the company is trying to sell. This is what clients who have bought from them is having as an opinion. Make sure that there is not only one picture of the item. Every details I mentioned to check on items cannot be checked on only one picture. You need to have inside, outside, corners, sides, and all sides. We provide in general 12 pictures per item to make sure that you have all details to check your items. Also ask questions to customer service from the company or to the sales assistant. You should feel that they are experts in the items that they are selling. You should feel that they would be able to provide you with authenticity details, with details about the collection of the bag you're buying. Otherwise, you won't feel comfortable to know that they have gone through an authenticity check process.
Can you give us some tips of how can you make your investment bag last longer?
The first tips I would advise everyone is, and I've done this mistake in the past when I bought my first Gucci beige bag. I went out and it was in Paris and it was raining. My bag got ruined after 2 days. The main reason is because I didn't protect it. And it is not only protected from the rain, we apply usually a raincoat spray on the handbag, and this will protect light colors as well as from the sun or from the marks or from the rain, as well as it will have the effect of a nail polish as a top coat. You will protect, last longer, and make sure that any stains from outside will not come easily on the item. That's the really first advice I would give. The second advice I would also provide is to keep your items tough. Take some newspaper. If you have bubble wrap, it is even better. But always make sure that you keep the shape of your handbag perfect. This is if you buy an item that looks square and you don't feel it, and it's quite big and high, the shape of the top corners of the bag are going to fall down. Your bag will not look the same and will not look as brand new and authentic as before as well. The stuffing will keep its shape, will make sure that the bag is maintained its original dimension as well. Keep the dust bag, always remove everything from your handbags, never keep pens inside the handbags. We always had these pen marks inside the lining, and that really affect the condition of your handbag. Make sure that you keep and store your handbag. For handbags, you can even put them on your closet in a pens hanger. That you will make sure that the weight is distributed on an even way, and the shape will be the same. Avoid the sunlight. A leather handbag is like your skin. It tans, it takes marks. And finally, just keep the invoice and the packaging, because if tomorrow you have to resell your handbag, these are all plus that will give your potential buyer more trust and more value to your handbag.
That's perfect. Thank you very much for your
advice.
For your I really needed to know all this because I never keep the packaging, I never keep the receipt, nothing. I always throw everything out. But we're very happy you were with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.